Miss the news on WLPO? Find it online now with no subscription. Just go to starvedrock.media.
9:15, Rod Thorson, 103.9 WLPO, news, weather, sports. Weekend is upon us. A lot of great things to do. You can find them on the Starved Rock Media website. It's the entertainment guide. There's live music there. There's arts of all kinds. Live performance art, as a matter of fact. This is one of those times of the year, and I started the show this morning by talking about taking a moment and taking in some color. I was on the 5th tee box yesterday, and I said to Ralph, this guy that I was playing with, I said, look at that tree line over there. I mean, it was just spectacular colors. You couldn't help but notice it. And October is fall colors time. Doug Dalrymple's here from NCI Artworks this morning, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. Now, we've got a couple other things to talk about that are not art. Well, I can make it sound, it's an interesting art thing because I see all kinds of art from the windows of the Red Line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Doug is very familiar with the public transportation. But back here at home in Starved Rock Local, you got an art show coming up. Yeah,
well, actually, we've started our current exhibition. It's called The Season of Color. And we had our opening reception last week, and we're going through into November. Current exhibition is 3 artists. First is nationally acclaimed artist Lorena Malm, and she lives in just right over here near Peru. And she mostly works, she's an abstract artist, mostly works in whimsical abstracts that provoke a lot of thought and feeling. She uses a lot of fall colors, and it's energy that really, complexity and energy that really draws you in. She also doubles as NCI Artworks operations manager. She's helps coordinate all the shows and everything, and her stuff is just not to be missed. And then our second artist is Ray Cox. He's a naturescape photographer that has done some, it's phenomenal use of light and color and composition that he does. He does a lot of work. Much of his work is, local subjects. He does in the parks and other settings around the Illinois River Valley region.
I love outdoor art.
Oh, yeah. He does some beautiful stuff.
Murals and installations outside. There's something about it.
He's been shooting Starved Rock Park for like over 40 years.
Oh, really?
And he just has some spectacular images that just not to be missed. He and Lorena have done some collaboration because Lorena does a lot of digital art. So he and Lorena have done some collaborations with some of his photographs, and she's done some digital manipulations and actually done some like oil painting over the top of some of his his pictures and stuff.
Fascinating.
It's really interesting stuff. And then our third artist is a multimedia artist, Keisha Acuff. She works in acrylic, oil, and watercolor, and also builds some artwork from found objects. Her Faces series are really engaging. She does some really whimsical faces and kind of semi-abstract, a lot of her stuff. She's really multi-talented. She runs her family farm. Does she's an incredible cook. Hosts walk-in food fests on holidays, and it's welcome to anybody.
Really,
and she sings too, so she's quite a talent.
I've just been as a patron of the arts, an advocate that art leads to a richer, fuller life.
Oh yeah,
no matter where you are, and I'd highly recommend going to the NCI Artworks websites and Facebook page. I love Ray Cox's picture of that bridge at Matheson State Park.
Oh yeah,
easily recognizable with the light shining through those fall leaves. Yeah. And then you'll also see some amazing color from Keisha Acuff and Lorena Malm as well. Tell me a little bit about how you got involved with NCI Artworks. You're from the city. You've moved to Starved Rock Country.
I'm originally from Clive, Iowa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I came to the city and to Chicago in the mid-'90s and worked in IT for 40 years. I was actually once upon a time an art major. And I swore that when I retired, I would get back into my art. And
good for you.
Yeah, and I met up with Julia, our executive director,
Messina, right.
about a year ago, and we started talking about things we could do. I wanted to get involved with. I actually wanted to run a gallery when I retired, but my artist friends and my financial guy said, no, don't do that now.
Okay.
And so I got involved with NCI Artworks as a nonprofit. I'm actually Julia's assistant director at NCI Artworks. And I just did a solo show in the previous month.
Well, since you've got an education background in art, I took art appreciation. I mean, that was the requirement, and I guess that suits me. I appreciate art, and it's in the eye of the beholder for sure. A few years ago, my wife and I were in Cincinnati. We just stumbled into the Vincent van Gogh.
Oh yeah.
Immersive experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you go through all of his artwork, and then you sit in that immersive room that it plays the music and the hallmark of his work. Whether you're at the Art Institute in Chicago or you see one of those immersive events, especially Van Gogh, and I think you're going to experience it too with Lorena, Keisha, and Ray. Mm-hmm. What is it then, in your professional opinion, about color? Whether it's Van Gogh's sunflowers or anybody else's use of bright, attention-getting colors. What do you think?
Well, I think it's just it just draws people in. I think color. There's a whole science to the color wheel.
Oh, sure.
But it is especially with fall colors and stuff. It's just very people connect with color. It's just part of color is something, being, visual color and composition and stuff is just the eye draws naturally to.
Yeah.
Especially like with Van Gogh.
Right.
I mean, a lot of the energy and not just the shape, but the colors that he used to engage.
What emotion, like if I were to look at fall colors done by Ray Cox in his work, or these fall colors, and we know those as traditionally as kind of the burnt reds and yellows and soft greens and browns. What emotion does that evoke?
Well, for me, calm. It's just I love sitting in the park and hiking through the park in the fall colors and
leaves on the green grass. That's what it is for me. If I see the fall leaves laying on the green grass, to me I guess that is. It's contrast, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love driving up the Great River Road in the fall and up towards as you go up on the Iowa side up by Pikes Peak Park in that direction.
Tell me this about the first time that you experienced Star Rock then. I'm sure you've been on the trails in the fall, and you see, it's natural art, it's nature's art, and it's captivated by these artists that you mentioned that are going to be at NCI Artworks. And by the way, we're going to tell you about how to get involved and see this in a second. But do you remember your first time there? Do you remember?
I do, yeah. It's actually my daughter's... and I have been coming down to Starved Rock for a decade or more, camping on. We do a Labor Day camp out every, and we alternate between Starved Rock and Mississippi Palisades and Pikes Peak and Coconut Caves, and we just kind of rotate every year. And we started coming down here about 10 years ago, and for our Labor Day camping, and just really enjoyed the park. The trails a lot of the trails are great with my grandkids.
Right.
They're easy. Some of them are easy but beautiful trails. That end in waterfalls, and the kids just love it.
Well, there's the other thing in the fall too. I was just thinking out loud this morning about an October hike that I took. I'm pretty sure it was 2018, and I actually picked up some leaves. Picked up some leaves and. Anybody ever do this? You pick up a leaf, you press it in a book or something. It's just you don't want to forget this moment. And sometimes it's deer hunting on the farm. Sometimes it's being out in there in harvest time. And so get out and enjoy it. But you can also enjoy it at NCI Artworks and the art show that is going on. Is it starting right now, or is it?
It's been going for a week now. It will be on display through November 8th.
Where is it?
It is at the NCI Artworks in the west wing of the West Clocks Mall area there. Mm-hmm. We've actually expanded the hours of the gallery. We were just open a few days a week from 1 to 4. But we've expanded the hours, so we're open Monday through Thursday, 1 to 4, and Friday and Saturday from 1 to 8.
What entryway do you like to use when you go to the gallery?
On the west side, there's just the one entryway. In the
Music Suite 408's entryway right there?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you walk through that hallway, I know that corridor there, there's usually some art on the wall.
Yep.
Local artists have art
Sue
on the wall.
Gillio's music stuff there.
Exactly, yeah. So you just walk past that, and you'll come to the NCI Artworks gallery, and it's Keisha Acuff, Lorena Malm, and Ray Cox, and their work is going to be on display. Is it until the 8th?
November 8th, and then our new show, reception for our new show will be, for our November show will be November 14th. That's E.J. Rodriguez, Larissa Sarver, and Nadler Petidou will be having their show on their opening on November 14th.
Very nice. If you're coming and bringing friends to these art exhibits, is there any charge? Anything?
No. It's free.
No charge
we've lost all of our NEA funding, and the acquisition of art kind of falls down the list of, shopping list of most folks,
right?
When times are tough. So we're hoping that extended hours will promote more art sales, for our regional artists, supporting your local artists.
This is my next question. Now, some of these exhibits do have their art available for sale.
Oh, yes, all of them. Yeah, all the art in the gallery is for sale.
All of it is.
Yes,
okay, terrific. Yeah, if you want to have a nice memento on the wall, a beautiful part of Starved Rock and Matheson, or any of the other imagery that's there, that maybe somebody that has moved away would like to have a little taste of home like that, or maybe you'd like to have something on the wall too. That's exactly why I have a beautiful photograph of a bald eagle from Starved Rock. So I'm going to go take this in. Keisha, Lorena, and Ray's art exhibit at NCI Artworks on the west end of the West Clocks building. And that's Doug Dalrymple from NCI Artworks. Tell Julia hello, and I'm happy to have you here.
We're in Italy right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, we do. I don't know if you know about our aunt. She does an annual trip to Italy.
I knew that. Yeah, I didn't
know.
And
we're adding two more trips. Her daughter is in Frankfurt, so we're adding a trip to Germany, and we're adding another trip. My late wife's niece is in Crete, so we're adding a trip to Greece.
Really?
And she's helping coordinate that with me. We do have a November 23rd fundraising event coming up at Corner 612 in Peru.
Very nice.
They're going to serve regional food, a buffet of regional.
I'll make sure I know about that. I'd love to know about that.
Yeah.
Okay. You'd like to be a patron of the arts? Please stop in the gallery and talk to someone with NCI Artworks. As Doug had just said, some of the funding, if not all, from the National Endowment of the Arts has been either frozen, suspended, or ended for a variety of reasons. But we can help our local artists, and the NCI Artworks continue to help us lead a richer, fuller life by supporting them and becoming a patron of the arts.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, Doug. I appreciate it.
One thing I want to remember, art is essential. It feeds the soul.
It does.
It provides essential minerals and nutrients that human experience needs to survive. The arts and sciences throughout all of human history have really provided the light that leads us through the darkest of times. And art is just something we all need.
Very well said. Very well said. Now, we're going to have to continue our conversation about the CTA, who you worked for a number of years. Yeah. If you use the app that gets you around the CTA in the big city, and it's the city of Chicago, Doug Dalrymple worked in IT for that. He developed that app.
Yeah. Well, I led the team that developed the app.
Good for you. Well, I use it all the time, and I love it a lot.
Yeah.
And especially, we just bicycled Graceland Cemetery. And if you're on the red line up around Uptown and you look to your west, you'll see art installations along that concrete wall, along that whole entire span
Beautiful
of
artwork.
It is.
I lived in Uptown when I first moved to the city.
Really? Yeah, it is. Around Uptown area, too. It's beautiful. We also like those painted benches up there at Loyola Beach. Mm-hmm. You're familiar with that, too? Yeah, public art is phenomenal, and NCI Artworks
we've done a lot of
makes that a lot of that happen around Starved Rock Local. We'll talk about it again sometime in the future. Thanks, Doug.
Sure. Okay.
Doug Dalrymple on 103.9 WLPO.
Rod Thorson on 103.9 WLPO.